Here we are. So this chapter was... I have thoughts and feelings about this chapter. It starts off, the gang stopped Avatar, they go back to... they finally go back to Magnolia, and then it's only Natsu, Lucy, Happy, and Wendy that are there together. The rest of them, Erza and Gray, and I guess he took Juvia too to go meet up with Jalal about their mission with Avatar. And then Gajeel and Levy went to go quit the Magic Council. So, because they all decided that they were going to go revive Fairy Tail. Hooray! So they're in Magnolia, and then Lucy's getting all emotional about being back. Very traumatizing because she was, you know, so many things happened, and then she left, and then Natsu left, and everyone left after Fairy Tail dissolved. So she starts freaking out because she thinks that no one is going to want to bring Fairy Tail back, which is understandable. And so then they meet up with Kana, and then she puts her fears to rest and says, "Oh, I'm sure everyone." This is what confuses me. She's like, "Oh, I'm sure everyone got your letter," and then she even says that she thinks that it was good that they all sort of took a year to go out and do their own thing independently. And Kana said she went to go find Gildarts. Don't know if she did or not. But then she said that Lucy apparently sent out letters to everyone, and she got hers, and then she says that she sent out a few letters to the addresses that she could find that people were staying at, I guess, where people were living. And then Kana's like, "Oh, everyone's waiting, let's go," and then surprise, everyone's at the guilds. The guild's still wrecked. And everyone's like, "Oh, hey, glad to see you're back." And everyone's like, "Oh, we're all together and happy, and let's revive Fairy Tail." It's only been a year, so it's not like the 7-year gap. No one looks extremely different or anything. Everyone's still acting the same. Team Shadowgear is back together. Jet and Joy with Levy, and then Elfman and Lysana and Mira are there, and then Lucy sees Mira, and then she's seeing everyone, she's all shocked, and then she sees Mira, and then she says, "Welcome home," like she always would when they would always come back from missions. And then Lucy, overwhelmed with emotion, just starts crying, obviously, and is like, "I'm back," Tadaima in Japanese, which is like the traditional thing. Whenever they come home, they always say that. And then it's very emotional, and then she screams it at the very end, and then Natsu takes out the flag from the rubble, and then holds it up and says, "Oh, okay, we're all here, we're gonna revive Fairy Tail." There it is. That is so simple. Why is it so simple? I think that's the only thing that pisses me off. Like, oh, just so happens that she sent out letters to all these people, even though she says that she doesn't even know where most of them are, and they all just so happen to get letters to be. And like, what did she say in the letter? Did she say, "We're gonna revive Fairy Tail"? Like, did this happen during their journey to find Gray and stuff? Like, when they were on their way to get Wendy? I don't know. It's just so. It's very easy. I feel like Mashima was just like, "I'm too lazy to like write everyone else like to go find them. They're just gonna be there when they get to Magnolia." It's just very convenient, which I guess, I don't know. Doesn't make anything interesting. Doesn't make it very intriguing. But at the same time, I'm like, it's probably not the point. I feel like he just wanted Mashima just wanted to sort of get through it, because I don't know when he's planning on ending Fairy Tail, because it seems like it's starting to come to an end. It's slowly getting there. I don't think there's going to be any major plot points after Zeref is defeated, unless that's going to take like a shit ton of time, but I don't think it's going to take that much time. I think it's going to come pretty soon, or, well, I think it's going to be the next thing after they this now like, oh, they're gonna choose a guild master and they're gonna revive Fairy Tail. After that, I think maybe we'll have some stuff and then get into the end stuff and the zeref stuff. I just feel like there's many things that are still under the surface that aren't really talked about, especially regarding just Fairy Tail disbanding. We don't really know why Makarov decided to disband Fairy Tail. I think it's because he probably I think that he didn't feel equipped as a master anymore to take care of Fairy Tail, but then why didn't he just hand it down to someone he thought more responsible instead of just dissolve it altogether? And then I'm thinking maybe it might have something to do with Luma and his store, but I don't, and that's what I'm also wondering is where is that, and if they're gonna choose a new master, are they gonna know? But like no one knows about it except for Guild Arts, and Guild Arts wasn't there obviously. So I feel like that's definitely something that has to come up eventually. I don't know when they're gonna use it or if it's gonna be a part of the Zeref arc in the end. I read on like Tumblr somewhere that someone was like, oh, what if they're going to use it on Natsu? But there's so much that we still don't know about if Natsu's going to like actually turn into a demon and like get like some sort of demon form, like it's activated, or if he activates it somehow, or if Zeref activates it when they come in contact. But I don't think that would, like, he just presses a button or something, or he like says something and then it all of a sudden Natsu's like becomes a demon. But I don't think so. I think the point was that, because especially when Zeref first sees him, when he first sees Natsu, he's like, you're not strong enough yet, or like you're not ready. So I think that I don't think like Natsu's gonna turn like evil, but I think it's just gonna be really conflicting for him. But who knows? Like, I don't know. I mean, the cover page of last chapter was Natsu's like dragonized like form, so like he's probably gonna reach that point where he gets the dragonized form and like turns all scaly and stuff and starts like actually sort of turning into a dragon, because he's more powerful. But we have yet to see him use his full power also. From what he got out of his training, we haven't seen his full power, so maybe that could be his like big move or whatever, finishing thing. But then I feel like there's also just a bunch of like underlying stuff. Like I feel like Lucy being pretty much the main character, I feel like she's always been the main character. Natsu and Happy are sort of like the second main characters, but I feel like it's mostly about her, and it's her story, and she's the one that tells the story it's from her point of view. And so I feel like there's a lot going on with her, and I feel like she has a lot of resentment towards Natsu, and regardless of if any of this is romantic or not, they're still really good friends. And I feel like she harbors like resentment towards him for leaving, even though she knows that it was for a good reason. But I just think that I feel like there's something between them that she needs to say that she never really. She sort of started to get at it when they first met up and when they spent the first night together looking for Wendy. But Natsu sort of like, I feel like every time they bring it up or like something else happens, like just in this chapter, she started to get like, she was uneasy about the guild and everything, and I feel like that could have been like a segue into everything else. People leaving and just the dissolution of the guild just entirely, and then also maybe Aquarius' key being destroyed. I feel like no one knew about that. I don't think she told anyone about that. I mean, she could have, but it wasn't like canonized. Like, we didn't see it. And I feel like that she just has a lot of abandonment feelings, and that's why she was probably gonna like elaborate on that, but then she was stopped by Kana. So I feel like she's always interrupted, but I feel like I feel like she as a character needs that kind of that closure, and just needs to like let it out, just to get it out there, and just let people know how she feels, especially Natsu. And I don't think he knows about Aquarius, and literally like probably within the same week she lost Aquarius, the guild disbanded, and then Natsu left, and like Natsu didn't even know the guild disbanded, and he doesn't know about Aquarius. So it's like 3 giant things in her life happened, within like the same time frame, within like this short time frame, and I feel like that's definitely traumatizing. And then to top it off, like the guild disbanding, like literally everyone left. So I mean, I'd like to know more about what happened right after. They showed a little bit of it. They showed like when the master made the announcement and stuff, but that was it. And then they showed how everyone was upset and how the master said to never speak of Fairy Tale again in his presence. So, and we don't know what he's been doing either, which leads me into the new guild master. I feel like if Loxus was there, he'd be probably the prime candidate. I think that's what everyone. I mean, that's what like the fandom always assumes he'd be like the guild master. But I feel like Lucy would be in the running maybe, just because she was the one that sort of started it all and like brought the guild back together herself. And then, well, I mean, obviously with the help of Natsu. I feel like Natsu could be in the running, but I don't think he would be guild master. I don't think he's responsible enough to be guild master. Maybe Mira. I feel like Mira might be guild master. We know Gildarts, he's not even there, but we know that he turned it down. He didn't want to do it. But who knows? I would suspect it'd be Laxus, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was Lucy or Mira. I think it'd be really interesting if it was a girl, but I don't know, the way women are treated sometimes in this manga, this anime. I don't think I see that happening, but who knows? I don't know. It might go one way or the other. It was an okay chapter. I just wanted things to get going again. I'm just trying to figure out why this little time skip had to happen. To be honest, I'm not really getting the whole point, besides the fact that they were all separated and Natsu just needed to train. Like, I mean, apparently Lucy got stronger. Kana said that she wasn't just sitting around, and I'm guessing she was training too in her own way, looking for Gildarts. But I don't know, a year isn't that long of a time. Like 7 years, that's a lot, but a year I feel like they're all like monsters, so I feel like they can learn really, really fast. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. The Guildmaster, next chapter, 7th Guildmaster. Yeah, I don't really have anything else. So I will see you next week. Okay. Bye bye.